All right, so I was just gonna make this for one of our college guys, so I figured I would just make it for everybody. So one of the things that happens with a lot of hitters is that as they get into their rotation, we want to move in like a connected way. So I want my bat and my body to have connection, so when I turn into the zone, my barrel can arc effectively back behind me and enter the zone and stay in for a long time. But also, I want to make sure that my body is the driving force in that motion, because if it's not, what ends up happening is my hands will go alone and I end up getting a lot of variability in my swing. So if you're looking at it this way, kind of like MLB view, so the catcher's over here, right? Ideally, I'd like to have my bat in between the catcher's glove and the ball for as long as possible so I can effectively run into the pitch and have a lot of room for error. Because hitting is really all about not about being perfect, but about being able to not be perfect and still be successful. And what a lot of hitters will do is they'll get into their rotation, their hips will start, and what'll happen is their hands will start to go and disconnect from their body, and we'll see this kind of position a lot, where I see the elbow in front of the body way too early, and the bat is not in a position where it's in the path of the pitch. So I get like this, and then my bat snaps over really, really quick like this, and kind of comes out of the zone. And this can be really misleading, because what ends up happening is when my bat gets in the zone in this type of position, it has a lot of lag, so it can catch up really, really quickly. So sometimes I'll run into the ball out in front of me like this, and it'll go really, really hard or really, really far. But then other times, because my bat's not in the way of the ball and the way that it should be, I'll just swing and miss a lot. So guys like that, high strikeout rate, and when they run into the ball, sometimes they'll hit a lot of home runs, but they'll also get a lot of strikeouts. So your timing has to be perfect in order to do that. So what I would recommend instead is, as our hips start to rotate, I want to see not elbow on this side of my body, I want to see elbow on the opposite side of my body, so my barrel can get into the zone and stay in the zone. So here's a really, really simple drill that you can do to work on that. So I'm gonna get right next to the net. Okay, imagine it like a barrier. I'll pretend like I already did my stride, but you can also do your actual stride into this as well. And I'm just gonna turn my body. I'm gonna lay the bat kind of flat against this net. I'm gonna make sure my hands don't hit it. Now, if I push like this, my hands will hit the net and my bat won't. And that'll tell me that I'm doing it wrong. I don't wanna push. I want that bat to arc back behind me and enter the zone properly. And the variation that you can do to make sure it'll work is just take a ball, stick it in your back arm like this, squeeze it, so your bicep and the muscles on the front side of our body are turned on properly. And when I turn my body, don't drop that ball, and it'll make sure that your trunk grabs the bat and pulls it into the zone.